Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make the Veracruz bracelet. Now this bracelet uses Swarovski bicones, Toho 11-0 seed beads, as well as the CzechMates brick beads and 2-hole square beads. So it's just kind of a fun little bracelet, and this is a much more colorful version than what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a little bit more of a subdued of just a black and gold today. So just to let you know what we have here, again, we have the 11-0 Toho seed beads. I have some 4mm bicone Swarovski crystals, the 2-hole bar beads from CzechMates, and the 2-hole square beads, also from CzechMates. I have two 5mm 20-gauge jump rings and a clasp, a magnetic clasp here. I'm going to be using the Fireline in the smoke color, and this is the .006. I need 2 needles, and I'm going to be using size 12 beading needles today. I have 2 pairs of pliers to help me out with those jump rings, and then I also have my trusty thread zap. So, if you're ready to begin, let's get started. Okay, so to begin, we're going to start with the center row here. So, go ahead and get your needle and thread ready. And you're going to need probably about 10 feet or so of thread. If you find that that's not enough and you need to do a longer bracelet, go ahead and lengthen that amount of thread. You can also tie off and add in thread, and we have a video showing you how to do that as well. And I'm going to need my 2 needles here. And go ahead and pinch that end there, just making it nice and flat, easier to thread. And go ahead and pull it down maybe a foot or so, maybe 2 feet, just to give yourself some room to work. You can adjust that as you work. And again, just pinch that little end, and we're going to thread my needle. There we go. Okay, so now I have my thread all set to go. And you'll notice, since we're starting with the center row here, I'm going to start with these beads over here and, oops, magnetic attached to my needle. So we're going to pick up 12 11-0 Toho seed beads. Okay, so I have 2 seed beads. I have 12 Toho seed beads, and I'm just going to slide those down all the way to the center of my thread there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of the brick beads onto my right hand needle, and I'm just going to slide that down. And what's going to happen here is it's going to come around the side. So this is the orientation that I want it to kind of lay. And you'll see that it's just a little tricky in this beginning portion. I'm going to pick up one more Toho seed bead on my right hand needle and another brick bead. And I'm going to go ahead and slide those down. So what I'm sort of creating is my own little square bead right here. Okay? So now I'm going to take my left hand needle, and I'm just going to go back down through the brick bead, one seed bead, and the other brick bead. So you see how I'm just going right through there? Okay, and now just pull that through. And now I'm going to switch my needles. They're on opposite sides now. So this is what I have. This is my little loop that I've created right here. Okay? So now I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to create a thread bridge and go through this hole here on the brick bead. I'm going to pick up one Toho seed bead and go through the next hole right there. And now I'm coming out this side, so I'm going to go ahead and put my needle over here. And now I'm just going to take my left hand needle and go through all 3. And pull tight. Okay, and you always want to pull tight on your work here to make sure that it is going to be nice and secure. Okay, so this is what we now have. So now on my right hand needle, I am going to pick up one Swarovski 4mm bicone, one seed bead, and another bicone. And I'm just going to slide that down. And now on my left hand needle, I'm going to pick up one bicone, slide that all the way down, and now I'm going to go through this seed bead that I already strung. And this is where it gets a little tricky in the beginning, because you're going to want to keep that left hand needle on the left hand side. So you'll watch it kind of flip around a little bit. Okay, so now we're starting to get that little flower shape in the center. And now I'm just going to take my left hand needle, and I'm actually going to thread it on myself to get one more bicone and slide that all the way down. So now we have this happening. Okay, so again, all you're going to do is just sort of repeat that process here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one bar bead, one Toho seed bead, and another bar bead. Slide that all the way down. And moving that right hand needle over, taking that left hand needle now, and going all the way back through the bar bead, the seed bead, and the bar bead. And you might just need to kind of move it around just to get it to sit properly. There we go. All right. I'm not really happy with the way that's sitting. So you can just kind of move it around with your fingers. There we go. Okay. So now, again, I'm going to take that needle, go back through here, pick up another seed bead to complete my little unit, move my needle over, and go back through here. And I really want to take the time to kind of tighten up that work right there. Make sure that everything is going the right way and sitting properly. There we go. So you're just going to continue on in this manner. And again, I'll show you one more unit quickly. So one bicone, one seed bead, another bicone, slide it down. On the left hand needle, one bicone, go through this seed bead that I've already strung, and add on another bicone, keeping those needles separate. Pull that down. Until they meet in the middle. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, now I'm just going to continue with my bar beads up here, and when you get to your desired length, we'll turn it around and we'll come back. Okay, so I'm just going to do just a little section here, and I'm going to show you how to do the next part. Assume I've come to the end piece of my bracelet. So now I'm going to repeat what I did over here and just pick up 12 seed beads. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11 and 12. ahead and slide those down. And taking my left hand needle, I'm just going to go back all the way through all those seed beads. And you can see they're just coming together there. Okay. And you can tighten all that up because you're going to go down through that first portion there. And loop around one more time just for a little extra security right through there. And I'm going to take my other needle and do the same. So go down through and just through there. Okay, so now you see where my threads are coming out. They're coming out of that second hole in each of those brick beads. So now I'm going to add on the top portion. So go ahead and take your right hand needle and you're going to pick up one seed bead, one of the 2-hole square beads, and one more seed bead. Slide that down. And this is just going to sit on top of where your bicone is. So now you're going to take your needle and you're going to go down through the 3 holes there of your brick bead. And you're going to come, sorry, I'm getting my threads all around me there. Okay, so this is what we have on this side. Now you're going to take your left hand needle for the thread that's coming out right here, and you're just going to repeat that on the other side. So 1 seed bead, 1 2-hole square bead, and 1 more seed bead. And again, you're going to crisscross and go through that hole right there, going through all 3 seed beads. So there you are. And now we're going to crisscross one more time. Go all the way down through here. And take that left hand needle and crisscross going through those next ones. Okay, so now you're coming out of these 2 holes right here, and you're just going to repeat that for as long as you have your bracelet. So again, I'll just show you really quickly. 1 seed bead, 1 square bead, 1 seed bead, skipping over and going down through that first hole there. And you can actually do this all in one step if you like. And just immediately turn your needle around and just go back. And just repeat on the other side. 1 Toho, 1 square, and 1 seed bead. Make sure as you're weaving that you're not catching any beads or thread bridges that you're not supposed to be. Okay, so I'm going to finish up doing this last one and then I'll be right back to show you how to put the final touch on it. Okay, so now I've added all of my units and I'm going to take my right hand needle, and again I'm just going to go back down through, and now I'm going to catch that seed bead that's right there on the end. So I'm going through all 4 beads right there, and only the 4, not that first one right there. And I gotta lengthen my thread a little. Go. And now I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads and I'm going to go through the outside hole on my beads here. Just make sure that's nice and tight. There we go. Okay, so now I'm coming out of this square bead on this sort of left-hand needle now. And now I'm going to take the other side and repeat that so I can move my needle to this other side. And again, I want to catch that last little seed bead. And I'm going to pick up 2 more and go through that square bead right there. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to go through and just add a seed bead and a bicone in between each of my little units here. So pick up 1 seed bead, 1 bicone, and 1 seed bead, and very simply you're just going to go through the next unit there. 1 seed bead, 1 bicone, and 1 seed bead through the next unit. And when you get to the end, you're going to pick up 2 seed beads, and now you're going to do exactly what you did before, and you're going to crisscross all the way down to the other side here. So let me just show you on the other side, and I'm going to flip it around a little bit just because I'm right-handed. So picking up a seed bead, a bicone, and a seed bead. Going to go through that top bead, or the top hole on that square bead. 1 seed bead, picking up 1 seed bead, 1 bicone, and 1 seed bead. Going through that top hole there. And now I'll show you one more time. I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, go through that seed bead, the one below it, and coming out. So you pick up all 4 beads there, and now you've crisscrossed. And now what you'll do is you'll tie off your threads and weave them in. And again, we have a video to show you how to do that, but I'll just do one really quick right now. So I'm going to take this thread and I'm just going to weave it down here just to give a little extra security to that clasp area. And I'm just going to make a little loop, pull my needle through, and make sure it gets nice and tight in there. And you can just kind of weave through the next couple of beads or so. And now I'm just going to zap off that thread. So that is how that looks, all nice and finished. And then to put my clasp on here, I'm going to just open up 1 jump ring using my chain nose pliers, hook it onto the end there, and attach my clasp. And all I need to do now is close up that jump ring. And that's it, and you'll just repeat that exact same step on the other side to finish your bracelet. So that is how to construct the Veracruz bracelet. It's a lot of just back and forth with your needles, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can find all of these supplies and more at Beadaholique.com.